Roxanne?
Okay, we're rolling.
All right, so it's 5 o'clock on the 19th of August, 2020. I'm Councilor Tom Malone. I'm calling the Ledyard Town Council Finance Committee to order at 5 o'clock. Present are Councilor Ingalls, Councilor Malone, Roxanne, the Town Council Secretary, Jim Mann, the Emergency Services Director, and who else am I? Steve Maslin, Scott Johnson, Marcia Hancock, and Steve Holyfield. So, any citizens' comments? Hearing no citizens' comments. Informational items, I think, are all on the portal. And review and approval of prior committee meetings. Finance Committee of 5 August 2020. Any edits or changes?
None. Are you officially making the motion to approve, Tom?
Motion to approve.
Second?
Okay, motion's made and seconded. Any comments? Hearing none. All in favor, say aye.
Counselor Ingalls votes aye.
Councilor Malone votes aye. Motion passes 2-0. And I didn't mention this earlier. Councilor Soms is not present tonight, so it's only Councilor Ingalls and Councilor Malone on the Finance Committee this evening. So first agenda item is old business. I'll let you make that motion.
Sure. I move that we recommend the council approve a proposed authorizing resolution of the Ledyard Town Council, State of Connecticut, Department of Emergency Services and Public Protection Division of Emergency Management and Homeland Security, as contained in the draft dated August 6th, 2020.
Second. So motion's made and seconded. Any comments, Jim?
Yeah, this is something we do every year. What this does is it gives us a partial reimbursement for the emergency manager's position salary for 1 quarter. It's pretty much a blanket thing. It's no cost to the town, and it gets some money back for us.
Sure. Like Jim said, it's a standard thing we do every year, but we do have to make the motion and application and push it through the full council. So if there's no other discussion, are you ready to vote?
Yes.
Yeah. All right, everybody in favor, vote aye.
Counselor Ingalls votes aye.
Councilor Malone votes aye. Motion passes 2-0. New business, I make a motion to grant a bid waiver to Groton Utilities in the amount of up to $25,000 for the installation of the Judge Crandall water line.
Second.
Okay, motion's been made and seconded. This is an ongoing project with Groton Utilities, and they are our main provider. They're kind of our go-to people. They normally come in with a solid price, as they did this time. So I don't see any reason why not to give them the bid waiver. Any further discussion?
No, not on this one.
Hearing no further discussion, call for a vote. All in favor, vote aye.
Counselor Ingalls votes aye.
Councilor Malone votes aye. Next item, Councilor Ingalls.
I move that we recommend the council grant a bid waiver to R.A. Novia and Associates LLC for HVAC equipment for the renovation of the HVAC system at the Bill Library in the amount of $32,870.
Second. Discussion. Any discussion? Any?
This one I did, wait a minute. This one I didn't really understand why there wasn't a time to or I didn't understand why a bid waiver was the obvious way to go on this one.
Yeah, I didn't get a lot of detail in the legislative file. So,
I mean, the thing that I see is that it's an outdated system. So I was looking for information about whether it was difficult to find components or some other extenuating circumstance that would preclude getting the 3 bids, and I didn't see that. So I'm interested. I'd be willing to hear the case, but I'm just not seeing that compelling case here.
All right, I'll do the best I can with it.
Thank you.
The total project is $140,000 plus. So this is, I don't know what the percentage was. It's less. It's 23% of the cost that could not have been otherwise secured without a bid waiver in the way we want to do this. The labor, which is labor only contract, it covers about $90,000. So that's under a Yukon contract as identified. The cover sheet is attached to show that it's a bona fide contract, and for the contractor that would be doing the labor. There were some miscellaneous aspects of this job. The boiler, for the heating side, we secured one through the lowest of 3 quotes, which meets the bid ordinance in that way. The other miscellaneous items are all each below $5,000. We are, i.e. the Public Works Department's functioning as the general contractor. So the component that I'm seeking a bid waiver for are the air conditioning, is the air conditioning equipment, and it's in 5 categories to meet the different areas within the library, the different needs within the area. The labor contractor, which I should have memorized that name, but has carefully matched equipment to the needs of the library. So it's not simply go out and bid a 3-ton unit for this space or whatever. He did the work to tailor a particular suite of equipment to the needs of the library, and that's what's represented by the $32,870, which is in detail laid out in the proposal as an attachment, as a subsection of that Bill Library HVAC proposal are several sheets of equipment that were tailored by this contractor to the needs of the library. So we didn't bid this out as a huge total comprehensive project because we were able to get most of it accomplished as in being the general contractor through other vehicles or things were not subject to or under the limits, I should say. So I had asked the building and grounds foreman about specifically going out to quote this equipment. Even if we quoted it, it wouldn't have been under the 15,000. Like if we took the specific equipment, we couldn't make it go from, of course, 32,000 down to under 15,000. And so this is a dealer that directly provides this equipment. Apparently, according to him, we cannot directly buy this unless you are a licensed or a certified contractor to do this work. So so the contractor, where is his name here? I'm going to find it. The contractor doing the labor coordinated identifying this equipment and a supplier for this equipment. Environmental Services Corporation is the contractor that's going to be installing this or doing this work. It's a complete renovation, a complete change out of all HVAC equipment for the library for various needs. I kind of summarized those. So that is the best I can do based on the information I got. It satisfied me to take it to this step. If I were to go back to them, I don't know what the process would be to bid out for the specific suite that we're talking about in a way that would uh, make much of a difference as we might be looking to make here for that component of the job.
Okay. Understood. Thank you, Steve.
So Steve, are you saying that the current contractor that we're asking for the bid waiver for is one of the only authorized, for lack of a better term, OEM certified installers?
Well, I don't know about the connection between him and the supplier of the equipment, but we we have to secure this arrangement directly through this supplier, and I think there's a connection there. I could, I was
Well,
probably told, and I'm not recalling exactly what that was, um, but we typically try to go out as we can and direct buy things that we need so that we can
right.
avoid, the relationship with a contractor that brings us to through the administrative hoops that we have to go through. We try to do that, and this is one of those things I was told we cannot do directly.
Yeah,
So
yeah, that's usually due to some kind of a
yeah,
manufacturer's agreement with certain installers, um,
yeah,
which is good. I mean, that's good because, that holds up the warranty end of it.
and I think yeah. So that relationship or that credential is what Emergency Services Corporation has that we don't have. And
Right.
and so, I mean, it's not that he wouldn't use other equipment if he felt that that other equipment would have been best suited for this particular need. But these were units that were matched up.
Sure.
The library, you're not building something from scratch. In fact, you're dealing with a building that was cobbled together progressively
Yes.
and
Over the
has
last 3 years. Yeah. Yeah.
several problems because of that.
Yeah.
Um, so there was a lot of work put into trying to tailor what we could to that space. Um,
All right. I think I have all the information I need. Andra.
I'm satisfied. Thank you.
Okay. Are we ready to vote?
I'm ready to vote.
All in favor, say aye.
Counselor Ingalls votes aye.
Council Malone votes aye. And the vote is 2-0. Motion passes.
I'll try to get more information for you between now and the council meeting. And if there's, if I get someone can email me more specific questions in that regard, that would be helpful too if you have any. I'll do more homework to give you more to fill in whatever gaps that you think still exist in that question you may have, generally and maybe specifically.
Okay.
Okay.
I don't think I have any more questions, but
I really am. I'm satisfied.
Yep.
It's a subset of the overall job, and it is very complicated because of the nature of how, in your words, it was cobbled together. And
Yeah,
I get it.
it has been. Yeah. Okay.
Okay.
Thank
All
you.
no further discussion. Next item.
We
I
we
make
on
a mo-
item 3.
Yep.
Okay.
I'm going to make the motion if you don't mind.
Yeah.
I make a motion to authorize the carryover of $1,157 in account 101-103-11-56135 Town Clerk Election Supplies from FY20 to FY21 to pay for the primary election ballots originally budgeted in FY20 due to the postponement of the election to FY21.
Counselor Ingalls seconds.
So it's pretty much an administrative issue. Obviously, we know it crossed over our fiscal year, ends, at the end of June and goes into July. So we didn't think we would need to do that, but obviously since, COVID, and we had some postponements in different primaries and different election events, this is necessary.
Right, I have no questions.
All right, ready to vote?
Yes,
All right, all in favor, say aye.
Counselor Ingalls votes aye.
Councilor Malone votes aye. All right, next one, Councilor Ingalls.
I move that we recommend the council approve one tax refund in the amount of 3,700. We have a typo here. Roxanne, do you know what the number is? Or Marcia, are you here?
There's an extra decimal point here.
Yeah, I think it's $3,763.
Yeah, it's on the action item below too. You'll see 3,736.72.
It is. Yep.
Oh, okay, there it is. Okay, sorry about that. Motion to approve one tax refund in the amount of $3,736.72. That exceeds $2,400 in accordance with tax collector departmental procedures.
Councilor Malone seconds. So that's a pretty standard, obviously, the mayor has the authority up to basically $2,400. And then over that, it needs council approval. And this is just the preliminary to that. Any questions?
No questions.
Okay, ready to vote?
Yes,
All in favor, say aye.
Counselor Ingalls votes aye.
Councilor Malone votes aye. Motion passes 2-0. Are there any other tax refunds for discussion? Or any other new business to come before the committee? All right, hearing none. Mayor?
Tom, I think you skipped over the finance director's report.
Was that way back in the early part?
Yeah,
Okay.
right
fine.
after.
Director's report. I'm sorry. Sorry, Marcia.
That's okay. Am I unmuted?
No,
Okay.
we can.
I sent, Roxanne uploaded the expenditure and revenue reports. The main takeaway from the revenue report is that we appear to be doing very well with tax collection. We're at almost 50% right now, even though taxpayers have until October 1st to pay for this year. So we're very pleased about that. I will have the carryover, not the carryovers, but the budget transfers to you sometime in September when we're sure we have all the activity for last year completed. And then we should we'll have an idea of what the deficit will be for last year. I think there's definitely going to be a deficit. I'm waiting for the final numbers from Board of Ed as well. I think they think they have a slight surplus. And beyond that, we are having an physical inventory done next week by Asset Works. They'll come in and inventory all the buildings, vehicles and equipment and land. That will give us an opportunity to start fresh with a lot of the assets we have, which we don't have specific information for. And it's sometimes hard to keep, when we need to dispose of something, to know where it is in our current asset list, because when they did this back in 2005, they didn't do a very good job of identifying a lot of parcels and vehicles. So they'll come in with their barcode labels, and we'll get a good list of all the assets the town has and go from there. So I'm looking forward to being able to clean up that list. And that's all I have.
All right, very good. Any questions for finance?
I have a question. Marcia, were residents, if they wanted to defer payment until October, did they have to apply for that?
No.
They could
No, it's just wide open for everybody. That was a topic of discussion, but I believe, Fred, jump in if I'm wrong here, but I believe the mayor and tax collector talked about it and it didn't really make sense for people to have to apply and just added more paperwork.
Yeah,
Okay.
that was the issue, is that the state had an application that if we wanted to do that, we had to use their 2-page application process. And our feeling was if we had to have everybody do the application and then vet the application, determine if they have all the necessary paperwork in, we'd have to essentially hire somebody just to vet applications. So we determined it was easier. Everybody that is escrowed, so if your taxes are escrowed in your mortgage, you don't have the luxury of paying by October 1st.
Right.
But everybody else did. And generally people just continued paying in a normal, timely manner.
Okay. But Marcia, you're saying we're at about 50%.
Yes. So that's good, given that the other half is paid in January.
Oh, okay. Got it. Okay, that's good.
And as I said in my email, Kathy, the tax collector, got a lot of comments from people saying, well, the town still has to operate, so I'm not going to wait to pay my taxes because the town needs the money. So that level of awareness of how this all works is gratifying.
Yeah, I mean, most people understand, if you're paying your own taxes and you're not on escrow, we all understand, it takes money to keep the lights on. So, and most people, like you said, are appreciative of that fact and try to do the right thing and be good citizens, which, we are very fortunate in this town to have great citizens. So, yeah, I think everything's working out fine.
Very good. Thank you.
Mayor, do you have anything before I close?
We had one sale of a former cruiser, so that will be coming up in a future meeting for allocating those funds. But another very successful online auction. We had 39 bids and 14 or 15 unique bidders on that. So it went well and it went above what we projected.
Was that through GovWorks or whatever that is?
Yeah, that was the govdeals.com.
Yeah.
Yep.
All right, good. Good. I'm glad it's working out. Great. Okay,
Yeah.
if nobody has anything further, I make a motion to adjourn
Second.
at 5:22. And we are adjourned at 5:22.
Have a great night, everybody.
Good night.
Good night, everyone.
Bye.